accent because we're ready to go live. But you haven't started. He's
All
going
right,
to start.
check.
Final check. So, hello, everybody. Although this isn't official hello. This is just hello from me to you. This is going to be the official hello.
All right, let's get this.
That's now. See there. Oh, hi, Mary. Before, hi, Jim. But now we're going to start. Then I won't be able to say hello anymore. Hello, Michelle.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the Midwest Sports Show. Welcome to the show. My name is Chris Staats. That's Gene Steichen. How's it going, Gene?
Oh, wow. That's very nice of you to say so. Well, it's going great because I have such great friends out there like Michelle and Michael and Jim and Kelly. Oh, can I just say?
No, this is a good podcast.
Okay. Because we're recording for iTunes. Is that not right, Chris?
Yes, we are.
May I dedicate this to my friend Angie, whose birthday it is today, back in Iowa. Love you, Angie. She works over at the Cat's Meow, and family friend. And also, I'd like to dedicate this to my nephew Connor, who won a golf tournament. Remember, he was on the show once, and he won the golf tournament last week in Nebraska. Oh yeah,
congrats!
Yeah.
With
Ricky better get it together because the window's closing. Because Connor's now he's still in grade school.
With kids the same age, or did he beat older kids? Or what?
Oh, yeah, he beats anybody. Anybody that comes into Nebraska, they're in trouble. And then my niece, Casey, she's working the College World Series, which is also in Omaha. So great job, Casey. And then one more thing. Johnny Gradur, I think, he played for the Dubuque Fighting Saints, our hockey team, and he won the Lady Bing Trophy. Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh, I think it's sportsmanship.
The Lady Bing?
The Lady Bing. Yeah, it's the NHL. They did the NHL awards, did their deal, and so that's all. How about all that? I wrapped it up tidy, and it was all sports related, except for Angie.
What was Lady Bing? Lord Stanley's maiden wench? Is this related?
See, I said that because I knew you'd say something like
that. Thank God I'm here.
Did they have wenches? That doesn't say. Yeah, they did. Was that it could have been a flattering term, though, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Wenches. It's very hot in LA.
Terms of endearment.
Yeah, it's a term. It's very hot in LA, and we're sitting very close together, sharing one microphone because we had technical difficulty. But does that keep us from doing this? No. Right.
Well, Gene, there's demand.
Demand. So we got to do it.
There's demand for Midwest sports, and not a lot. Granted.
Right.
Not a lot of demand.
Anything we can get, that's fine.
But it just so happens we have just enough of supply.
Woo! And also,
to meet demand.
If you're watching it on Facebook, you can notice I'm wearing my Cubs shirt, and then Chris over here is wearing his Brewers shirt. You want to show that?
Yeah, I'm wearing back 20 years ago, these used to be called wife beaters.
Yeah, I think they still are.
But I don't think you can say that anymore. But they're A shirts now.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to Walmart and say, hey, where's all the wife beaters?
Oh.
They're going to be like, we don't have that anymore. They're called A shirts.
I've never had one. I've never worn one. I do have some. It's great if I wear a shirt with a cutoff. See, I have that doesn't play on but I have a Dubuque tattoo.
No one can see it.
My hometown. Oh, there we go.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
It's hot. It was 99. It was 100 degrees.
It's way too hot in LA. It's too hot for this early. But the best way to beat the heat is find someone you care about and sit really close to them, like us two are doing right now.
Well,
hello.
You know what I learned, Gene, is I had a Egyptian roommate.
Oh, you did?
A couple of years back.
Oh, okay.
And he used to be security for the Kuwaitis or the Saudis or whatever, at the consulate here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And he would tell me all these guys would just drink tea all day.
Oh, I see.
Because that's a way to beat the heat, because you drink something that's hotter.
Right.
Than what's on the outside.
But
and then this little Arab air conditioning.
It can also lead you to going back to prison. Is that what you're leading into? The Vikings wide receiver, Michael Floyd.
What are you talking?
No, the guy that drank all the tea. He had to go to court today. So he was under house arrest, and he can't drink under house arrest. And then he was drinking tea, and it got him drunk. And he said it was because of the tea. It was just like the steroids thing where the supplements cause you to test positive for steroids. Yeah, that's a local story. That's Minnesota. Then he had to go back to Arizona. What do you mean?
Should I? How about I tell the story?
Oh,
how about
okay.
this?
Did you know about that one?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I thought you were leading into it because you talked about tea.
No, we were talking. What were we even talking?
You were talking about tea when it's hot.
Oh yeah. Well,
what do you drink?
I was drinking. I was talking about some. That's how you beat the heat.
Oh, I see.
Not. That's how you get drunk.
Oh.
On your off day.
Okay. So even though we're sharing one microphone, we're not sharing one mind. I was. I wasn't with you on
that. But we
one.
do. This is a sports show.
Okay. Well, that's why I mentioned Connor. Connor went in the golf tournament in KC, the World Series, so that was sports. And watching the Cubs right now, which is a very dangerous thing to do, trying to do this at the same time.
Well, this is a sports show.
Okay.
And by the way, if you'd like to watch it live, it's on Gene's Facebook.
Hello.
So just look up Gene Steichen on Facebook.
Yeah, there you go.
And
And then write your comments, and I'll try to work them into the podcast discreetly without Chris catching in, right? That's what my cousin David Walsh, he once told me, try to be discreet when you work things into the podcast, because otherwise people won't know what you're talking about. So I've always appreciated that from David. See, right?
David,
how about that?
David has a little good podcast that I listen to.
Yeah.
Very, very well constructed.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm going to need a second source on that. And then I went to my friend Mary. I go, Mary, how do you get subtle hints on podcasts from this on Facebook? She goes, yeah, you got to be discreet. Otherwise your co-host will catch on.
Discreet?
Yeah. Yeah, and then Lydia told me the same thing. So
how do you be discreet on a podcast?
I don't know. It's too hot. Hey, I'm going to the Hollywood Bowl. Tonight will be nice night at the Hollywood Bowl.
Gene's got a heart out.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
At 6:30. He's got to go see Queen.
With Adam Lambert.
He's about 30 years too late, but that's
I saw Saturday, I saw Paul Schaefer. The old Letterman. He was the old band.
So was it the CBS Orchestra?
Yeah, a lot of them were. And you know who? And it was great because I was in the very front row, and Paul came out. He came out on stage, and he pointed right at me. Yeah,
like, get this guy out of here. That guy, get him out of here.
I was in the row. I was right next to the stage, and then when the show was over, Tom Bone Jones, who was one of the horn players who plays trombone, trumpet, and sax, he was in the Blues Brothers band. Tom Bone Jones. I think that's his name.
Cool.
When he was done, he came right over to me, and he gave me a little wave. Like, hey, that was a good concert by the audience member. Yeah.
I got to say, working as a late night show, TV show, got to be probably one of the best gigs for a musician.
Oh, my gosh. It was so good. He told great stories.
You get to work like 4 days a week, and that's steady work, you know. And by the way, it's at 5.
Yeah,
in the afternoon.
And they do 2 shows on Thursday. That's a trade secret. I think I can share that without...
Well, and then they're playing all these songs that everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's not like they're playing concertos, you know.
Yeah.
Or, the solo to Sweet Child of Mine. You know, they're playing stuff, you know.
Yeah. But it was such a great show. and then Queen, hey, Adam Lambert's great. He won I think he won America.
So, are there any funny stories that Paul Schaefer has?
Yeah, he talked about Letterman. And, guess what? He goes, we got this guy in the audience. Maybe we can coax him to come up on stage and sing a song. I don't know, though. He's kind of shy. It was Martin Short. And Martin Short goes, me? I saw him. I saw him out in the lobby. And, he came out on stage and he sang Sinatra. He was fantastic. There's a lot of celebrities there. Because when you see a show in Beverly Hills, name drop, where I don't live, but I go to shows there, there's a lot of, Dave Thomas was there. Remember him? One of the McKenzie brothers from
TV?
Yeah, he was there. Dave Koz, the old horn player.
If you were big into comedy about 30 years ago, full slate.
Well, when I saw him, I was like, wow, because he gave a great tip. If you go to the store and you buy a case of beer, and then you want a refund, you just put a mouse in the last beer and you take it back. That's what they always did. Remember that?
Yeah.
Him and Rick Moranis.
Or the old bring a cockroach and then put it on
a mouse is much funnier.
Put it on the plate.
Have you ever done that? Put stuff. Have you ever sent anything back? Don't send back stuff in the restaurant.
Well, you slowly realize when you send something back, someone's going to spit on it.
Oh, I see.
Way back.
Yeah.
But
or defecate.
I'll tell you what.
Has anyone ever done that?
How would I know?
Yeah, that's gone too far.
All right. Well,
that's a lot
very exciting. And you're going to see Queen.
Queen tonight.
Yep. Who's the opening band?
I don't know. I'm not sure if there is. Maybe they don't need an opener.
Maybe Martin Short is going to come up.
And I got. I'm seeing so many great concerts. Martin Short, he's great. That's the third time I've seen him. And then he's on tour with Steve Martin too. So there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, Loretta Lynn, she was going to go to Dubuque and she canceled because she's 85 and she had a stroke.
All right, we've been talking about Loretta Lynn for 6 weeks in a row.
But my mom was so excited about seeing. I got my mom tickets to see Loretta Lynn, and now she's not coming.
Loretta Lynn update.
Yeah,
that everyone's listening to. All right, so should we talk about sports?
Yeah, if you had said.
How about the Cubs?
Cubs are great.
How about the Chicago
lovable.
Cubs?
This is more like the Cubs. The current version is more like what I grew up with.
Would you call this a dream season?
Oh no, it's been hard. It's been emotional.
Would you call this a Cinderella story?
No. For the first time, I like Milwaukee. I love the city. I like the state of Wisconsin. But now I find myself getting mad at the Brewers if they win. Because Brewers are their competition.
Well, it's funny because every time the Brewers lose, the Cubs lose as well.
Yeah.
And the Cubs are still 1.5 games, even though the Brewers have played 3 more games.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've watched almost every pitch of the Cubs season, and it's...
not like to like.
If this is what marriage is like, don't sign me up. Right?
Get the prenup out because...
Well, it's been... Last year, I didn't have the baseball package, so I didn't... I mean, I went to 11 games, but I didn't watch every game. But this year, I'm all wrapped up emotionally, and I don't know if it's good for my psyche because I can't let it go. I carry it with me. Yeah.
Well, as I said before, the Brewers are not playing today, so I can actually enjoy today and not spend 3 hours watching a shitty baseball game.
Well, that's why I try to get out. That's why I'm going to the Hollywood Bowl.
And you were saying that the Cubs called up 3 guys.
Yeah, they got 3 minor tonight. Oh, this is just tonight.
These
guys
won the
watching it tonight.
These guys won the World Series.
And they got
in
3
guys.
Yeah, 3. Well, 3 of their guys, current players, they're starting 8. Started the year in Iowa, home of the Iowa Cubs. Oh, do you know what's so great? In Des Moines, our state capital, they're the home of the Iowa Cubs. Oh yeah.
All right,
and I went to a game there because Chris Bryant was playing. This was about 3 years ago. I went to see Chris Bryant, and then I met the Iowa Cubs mascot. So it was a great night.
Did he have pants?
I don't believe he wore pants
trousers.
Either. The Cubs don't. They don't.
The apple doesn't fall from the honey basket doesn't fall from the tree, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, you're not supposed to feed bears because then they'll come knocking at your door.
Yeah, without pants, and all of a sudden.
I love the Cubs mascot. I love Clark the Cub, but I don't care if he doesn't wear pants. I don't see a big. Well, problem.
Addison Russell is coming to the bats.
Oh, okay, he's pinch hitting. This is great.
This is a follow-up to last week's story where Addison Russell's wife went on Instagram and basically said he was a cheater. Well,
I think he's gone that far. He's agreed to that. I guess they're only married a year. How about waiting into your? Believe me, I'm no relationship expert. Would you say? Are you?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
But I think your first year of marriage. Yeah, let's not stray too far.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why don't you just stay home?
Yeah.
Well. She filed for divorce, so don't think things are gonna. And by the way, she's not gonna cooperate with the Major League Baseball investigation.
Well, there's nothing to cooperate with. I don't think anything. Every time something bad happens, another player goes, "Oh, those players, they don't know how to treat women right." And then when it happens to someone you care about, you're like, "Oh, that can't be right."
Well, speaking of which, now we're kind of skipping ahead, but Ahman Green,
wow,
Packer,
he
great
was
running back.
Well,
I hope he was wearing pants.
Do you think they're going to take him out of the Ring of Honor? He's in the Packers Ring of Honor.
Trust me, plenty of Packers have whooped up on their kids.
Well, I think I don't have kids, but every time I babysat my Mimi's dogs, I've tried to treat them right. So treat those you care about right.
So just to follow up with Ahman Green, he was arrested today for child abuse for I guess his daughter. We're hearing his 15-year-old daughter didn't do the dishes, so he went upside her head.
Ooh.
And she was wearing glasses, which he bought, by the way.
Is that?
Which he purchased.
Oh, he did. So then it gives him some leeway in his.
Well,
legal
I'm just saying.
defense?
Let's not jump to conclusions.
Okay.
Okay. He is a Packer. You can't just.
Who right?
They don't accept felons.
I don't think. Wow.
They don't accept felons in the organization.
Did they? How did? I didn't. Discipline was pretty enforced in our household. I don't think you'd call the cops, would you? Or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, but your dad wasn't a multimillionaire running back, though, was he?
Oh, I see. No.
What was your dad's 440?
That's where he got
3
in trouble
hours
with the government. My dad, he brought in he was a teacher, but he also sold guns and fish and anything that floated up the Mississippi River. And probably when you add it up together, he was well over $21,000 a year.
What was his yak? What was his yak?
Is that the yard
have to catch? Yeah.
All
right. So, anyways,
my dad believed in discipline and
yard after contact. That's another good stat. Anyways, Amen Green, someone who watched the Packers in the early aughts.
Would that be now that we're in the 2000th century?
She's got
I know we're too close. We're sharing a microphone.
All right, well, I'm sorry. Anyways, pretty sad. And,
hey, can I say some? Casey's covering the College World Series. I already mentioned that. That was the first thing I led off with, Casey. So congratulations. Okay, so back to the regular program. Yeah, what was that?
Amen Green, very sad. He's still in what do you call it? He's in Door County still.
Oh yeah, so that's what's surprising. You're not supposed to. Can you? I don't know. What can you do for discipline these days? Gosh, my dad. Yeah, our family. Yeah, you don't stray too far from.
All right. Well, you know who didn't get not.
Michael Floyd, the guy that drank tea and got drunk.
Hold on, we're not gonna get too far. Oh. Gee, and this is the story you're teasing the whole day.
Yeah.
We got better stories.
Okay.
You know who did not get disciplined?
Oh, I know who didn't. Johnny Gordero, who used to play for the Dubuque Fighting Saints, and he won the Lady Bing Trophy. Woo! And that is for sportsmanship, I think. I'm not sure. I think that's what he won for. But so he didn't get disciplined.
Andrew Rizzo.
Oh, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo. Is it Anthony?
Yeah, it is.
Tony Rizzo. Tony.
He doesn't go by Tony.
So what?
He goes by. You know who goes by Tony, by the way? I met Anthony Hopkins a couple weeks ago, and we talked about the Cubs, which is pretty strange since he's not really a Cubs fan, but I made him. But people call him Tony. But Anthony Rizzo, he's Anthony, especially to you.
Well, okay. How about the catcher?
Yeah.
Who was trying to field his position, and Rizzo just basically drop kicked him.
Yeah, I watched that game. Yeah.
And they're calling. Is that not the dirty? And the guy was even giving him the plate. The guy could have slid around and
the guy
barreled into him.
And he goes, the catcher was saying, "Listen, I play for the Padres. You're welcome to slide across home. We let a lot of people come this way." But Rizzo, he hit him pretty hard.
Well, Rizzo wasn't expecting the Padres to play defense, so that was problem number one.
But they didn't. I saw it. Rizzo. I think Rizzo was in the wrong. I see. I'm not that blinded by the truth.
He was.
What?
Well, the catcher was on one side, the play was on the other side, and Rizzo literally went into the catcher.
Yeah, so, the catcher was by the pitcher's mound, even the ball's at the plate, but the catcher is like, I don't think so.
He's lucky he didn't break his ankle.
I know.
His foot was underneath him and stuff.
Baseball said that he was wrong, but they didn't discipline him. But I think Anthony Rizzo, he said he slept well that night, but I didn't. I don't think that was right. Don't do that again, Anthony. Because especially the next game, they're going to come after you, which they didn't. Do you know, he would be, Rizzo led off the next game, so you think, he's going to get hit and hit hard. You know what? They didn't. They just threw him a regular pitch, and Rizzo hit a home run. There you go.
That's class. Well, they should have hit him.
That's reverse karma.
Should have hit him. All right, well, sticking with, we're going to stay on the L train.
Oh, no.
We're not getting off in Elgin. But Kyle Schwarber,
he's in Iowa.
World Series hero.
He's in Iowa. How about that?
There's a silver lining.
He gets to live in Des Moines during the summer. How cool is that?
He's going to AAA.
Hey, if he's there still in I think August, he can go to the Iowa State Fair.
So does this make you want to go to Iowa and just like stalk the city and basically?
Well, when I'm home, I'm going back to Dubuque. In a couple of weeks, and the Cubs are out of town. So maybe I'll go to Des Moines and say, Kyle, hey, You're coming back, buddy. The Cubs couldn't have won the World Series without him.
Yeah, well, it's too bad they sent him to AAA.
Well, he's struggling. He's only batting 171. If your percentage, what would you say your percentage is when you really care about another person? Let's hypothetically say a woman, and what is your strikeout rate, or would you
I think Schwarber. I think he needs his ACL torn again.
Oh, I see.
I think. Because you know how some pitchers elect to get Tommy John surgery.
Yeah. Right.
You should call it Schwarber. Schwarber fat ass surgery.
171 is just not going to get it done in the major leagues.
Right.
Even if I was a major leaguer and I was batting below 200, and they sent me to Iowa, it's like, thank you.
Well, what's his? Hey,
I'll go to Iowa gladly.
What's Schwarber's exit velocity?
Good. When he hits the ball, he hits it very hard.
The reason why, and listen,
that's a new thing.
We're gonna bring this up quick. I was talking about precisely. Talking about the future, I was talking about Tim McCarver.
Yes, Tim McCarver's he's the old baseball broadcaster, and he's still broadcasting.
Not a big fan of exit velocity.
Oh, he's more of,
You know who is a fan of exit velocity?
Well, I would say Martin Short, who I saw Saturday night. He came out of the audience and got up on stage.
All right, I'll make this quick.
Okay.
Well, the Mets organization, because they promoted Tim Tebow.
Oh,
up to AA because of even though he's batting like 212.
Yeah, they moved him up to high single A.
Yeah. Okay.
From low single A.
Because his exit velocity is strong.
He's going to be on the roster in September when the Mets are 80 games out of.
When they're like 20 games, yeah.
Well, they're already 20 out, I think.
Yeah, they're not.
So then we'll see
not before long.
Yeah,
he's not even gonna hit.
Oh, have you ever faced a major league pitcher?
No, I'm not.
I don't believe that. When I was in Little League, those were my glory days. But there was a kid in our Little League, and he struck out everybody. And I believe I struck out too when I faced him. Very intimidating.
There you go. That's why he's in the pros, and you ain't.
Well, he never went pro. He just gained a bunch of weight and moved to Missouri.
And then, so we can stick with the Chicago baseball scene. Mark Burley.
Oh yeah, he plays for the White Sox.
He's getting his. He's getting his number retired.
How about that?
For the White Sox.
And to show my love for the all things Midwest, when I'm in Iowa, because since the Cubs are going to be in Baltimore, I'm going to go to Guaranteed Rate Field and turn that arrow upside down so it's facing up and say, hey, let's get things going here. You're going to be good by 2026, 2027. Yeah. So I'm going to go to a White Sox game, I hope.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, there's a story that he had at least 3 beers, well, at most 3 beers before his World Series save.
Oh, I see.
That's
to calm the nerves?
I guess so.
Well, that's okay then. Right?
They didn't tell him that he was going to pitch. He didn't think he was going to pitch. But anyway, we can nominate him for the Brewers Ring of Fame because I want that guy on my team.
Who's in the Brewers Ring of Fame?
Raleigh Fingers.
Yeah, of course. I'm out. Right. Bob Uecker probably got a microphone there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the Brewers,
one thing I know, being a Cubs fan, we don't need luck. I have this friend Rachel. She always tells me, "Hey Gene, when all else fails, try luck." And I'm thinking, I don't need luck. I got this. Okay. Back to you.
I propose nothing except for the Facebook chat. All right.
Well, it was.
Speaking about the Brewers, which you did for a minute, there's a lot of AAA stuff going down. Teams going to other teams.
And what does AAA stand for?
So, I don't know, AAA baseball?
Yeah.
So it turns out the Brewers might get the Fresno, California minor league team.
Wow. I didn't even know. Well, who are they now?
It's Colorado Springs and then like some sort of clam shuckers. Or
you guys
whatever.
got a great one. You got the Louisiana clam feeders.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm never going to go to one of these games, but it's nice to know that's in Fresno. Like it's pretty close. In case we get some like hot prospect.
Could you imagine somewhere? Because it's very hot in California. Not that, but we get to live in California. I guess I don't know. Is that a silver lining? But Fresno seems like a very unpleasant place, especially in the summer.
I'm sure Fresno is a lot like La Crosse, Wisconsin. Actually, probably.
La Crosse is beautiful.
There's like the city, and then there's like a university at Fresno, right?
Yeah, the Bulldogs, Fresno State. Yeah. But do you know? I've never been there, but Fresno, they work right off the land. Most of them are just pull things out of the ground and then they sell it to out of
Well,
baskets.
hey,
That's old school.
Can we ship the homeless people out of here and send them to Fresno?
Wow.
Can we do that?
Hey, what do you think about this? Right, so I live in Hollywood, but right near Highland and Hollywood, the main intersection of Hollywood, and there's an encampment of young people there. But it's like they turned the whole thing into a homeless village, which is fine. I see them every day, and then they're, you try to look away when they have to one or two on the sidewalk, but you don't want them to do it on someone's star. But a bunch of them have dogs. That's not a good life for the dog, is it? There's like 3 dogs in there. They just live right on that corner there, and then you have like 3 homeless dogs, and the dog's like, "Hey, dude, send me back to the shelter." I know I'm facing the waiver wire per se. How about that?
Yeah, the doggy waiver wire.
Yeah.
Well,
but
Gina, I think it's very telling that you're more concerned about the dog than the human being.
Well, we have a lot of homeless people.
Well, the dog's not an alcoholic, right? The dog's not a drug addict.
No.
Dog doesn't deserve it. Dog just follows anything, right?
Now, I guess they're pretty lenient on this because everywhere you go now, people just set up tents right on the sidewalk.
Yeah, well, there's a Bulgarian church on the block, big ass tent right in front of it. Now they're picking like churches and stuff where people are too nice to say, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
So we'll see how long
there's a park right on Cahuenga in Santa Monica, and I drive by quite a bit, and I see the basketball court because we shot one of our Fruit Loom commercials there on the basketball court. It was so cool. But now it's like a homeless village. Yeah, just people. They just put up their tents, and I guess no one bothers them. So, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, did you have any stories about a guy named Sean, or is there any Sean? No Sean stories. So,
all right, Gene. So
we're moving on.
The NBA draft.
Yes. Oh, I watched it.
Occurred. It was Thursday, right? I guess.
Yeah, Thursday. All 5 hours. They don't have to spread it over 3 days like the NFL.
Some big news.
Oh boy.
Coming out of the NBA draft, including the Chicago Bulls.
They're a mess.
Trading Jimmy Butler to the Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
For some players that
they didn't want. One guy's hurt. The other guy was a huge disappointment, and then the other guy's a freshman out of college.
Yeah. So, and then something about how Jimmy Butler's contract. Jimmy Butler's contract.
I always like when you pick a subject you know nothing about.
Well,
he's still got 2 years on his contract,
and it's like only $17 million or whatever, and he's like the third best contract in the NBA in production wise.
Yep.
So, Gene, as a Bulls fan,
yes, I do like the Bulls.
I tried to read some of these NBA stories about this stuff, but I didn't understand any of this shit because the contracts are so messed up.
Wow.
Can you explain to me the reasoning? What was their reasoning for giving up Jimmy Butler?
I'm glad you asked. Now, when it comes to finances, I turn to my sister Dawn because she knows a lot about this stuff. So she explained to me that. What was the question?
Okay, he's waiting for her to type out a answer on Facebook
No,
Live.
the Bulls want to start over, but they just seem to be doing it a bad way. Here's why they got rid of Jimmy Butler, I believe, because they don't want to pay him. They don't have to. In a couple of years when his contract's up, they'd have to pay him the supermax, and they don't want to do that.
Well, how about trade him then? His last year.
Yeah, they could have got more for him than they did.
Is Jerry Reisdorf still the GM?
He's about 88 years old. He owns the White Sox and the Cubs. By the way, the
Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls and the White Sox. And the Bucks, their future's bright. Bulls, it could be rough.
Well, listen, maybe
they won 6 titles.
Maybe Michael Jordan will come out of retirement.
Hey, listen, I'll take Bulls ownership over Michael the way he's handling things. No, thank you. Wow, yeah. Michael, great player, but not good.
All right, and then sticking with the NBA, Bronson Koenig, the young man from La Crosse, Wisconsin, who had a great tournament.
Yeah, that's great.
The Bucks picked him up.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
so they
in
kept
the second
it local.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like this kid's probably got some bad friends and some bad influences in his life. So I would say get him out of Wisconsin. Let him get out.
No, Wisconsin.
Let him get away.
That's what they say about people who live in bad area. Wisconsin, how can it go wrong for you living there?
Well, but he's, I'm sure he's got a lot of bad influences.
Maybe
I'm saying get out, get away from all those
he
people.
might know I'm in green. Might be there. Those
I
people
don't
in Door County, they don't mess around. Door County is where the Packers are. You watch yourself there, right?
I'm just saying, for him to really thrive, I would like to see him get out of Wisconsin. So.
Yeah. Move to Iowa.
Maybe to the Bulls, huh? Maybe
Bulls.
My trend
Bulls
to the
need help. Yeah, that was better because we don't. Iowa, we have a CBA team or D
and.
League. Yeah. Well, you have another. You're
we got,
just going.
We got one more. We got a couple more stories.
Oh,
here.
you do? Okay. One about. By the way, the Bucks. They're great. Milwaukee. I'm gonna go there. Oh, maybe in September go to Milwaukee again. See the Brewer.
Right.
And Brewer Milwaukee Fest is Summer Fest they call it.
Yep.
That's coming up.
A Riverfest and lacrosse.
People in Wisconsin drink too much, I think. I don't want to be judgmental. But
all right, well.
Not good. Quiet down.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
This is amazing. Yeah, I'm with you.
He's also a game show.
He was on $100,000 Pyramid.
Well, he was on Jeopardy.
Oh, he was.
And
he was great on Jeopardy. Yep.
And then he was on $100,000 Pyramid.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I just heard about it.
Back in my day, it was $10,000 Pyramid.
Oh, I loved it. Remember Dick Clark? He goes, don't say a word that's... So if your word is car, you're not supposed to say car.
Yeah. I always thought the weird triangle board they had or something like that, or the prism, I thought it was always kind of weird. But
I love the show, and it got so exciting when they get the first ones, and then they get down to the bottom there. Come on, right? So $100,000 is the top prize.
Listen, honestly, I was never a big pyramid fan.
Oh, okay.
I was more of a Pictionary. I like Pictionary and Hollywood Squares. Now, this is just when I was a kid. Obviously, pyramid's probably better. But
so was Aaron Rodgers giving the clues, or was he?
They switch.
Well, no,
so Gene, you just outed yourself. You don't know how this game is played.
I know. I know that.
Guess,
and the preliminary rounds. But when you go for the big money, only one gives clues.
No, see, I didn't see this. I did not see this episode. I'm just again, I saw this on Twitter, so I thought.
In lieu of a cough button, I just turned away.
Yeah.
If you heard anything.
So,
okay.
But he won.
When you go for the big money, one guy gives the clues. Usually, I'm assuming Aaron Rodgers gave the clues. Because he's the quarterback, so he takes charge. And then the other guy is receiving the clues. He's the guy that could win all the money.
If you were playing Pyramid with Dusty Baker or Mike Ditka, who would you choose?
That would be a mess. Ditka just scowl at you. He would say something stupid, and you wouldn't understand what he's saying. Then he'd get mad at you.
He'd be like, cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, McDonald's.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
And he would be talking about the blue cheese, the old
blue cheese dressing or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't put blue cheese on your cheeseburger? What the hell's wrong with you, kid?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, not good.
Right,
okay, I'll take Dusty then. That was good.
Dusty.
Hey, Ditka did... I don't know what he
Dusty's
did.
like... okay, here's Dusty. Satchel Paige.
Yeah. Okay. Dusty gets criticized too much. Oh, by the way, Ditka's restaurant.
Satchel Paige, come on.
Oh, Satchel Paige.
It's for $100,000, Gene. Come on.
Yeah. Satchel Paige. Yeah.
Satchel Paige.
Paperboy? Did he have a paper route when he was a kid?
Willie Mays.
Oh, they both wore a glove. Yeah.
Joe. What was the guy? Joe Buck.
Oh, Joe Buck.
Or no, what was the guy? Joe. The Negro League player, was it Joe Buck?
No, Joe Buck would be the announcer. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, Buck something. I don't know. Okay. I gotta watch baseball. I haven't seen that for a while. But he's from the Kansas City Monarchs, so.
I see. Kansas City, one of the old teams. Yep.
So does anyone know from the chat? Any educated person from the chat? No?
Don't think so.
No, probably not.
That's going to... And Carl's on vacation, so you can't ask him. Oh, so Aaron Rodgers probably gave the clues, and then the guy won $100,000.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it went. But,
okay, well... Yeah, I know they both received... Oh, the Cubs game froze. So we're watching the Cubs as this is happening, and it froze while Chris Bryant's getting ready to hit a home run, I hope. Is there any way for it not to... Okay. So we got that. That was good. So you had one not so good Packer story with Tom and Green, and then.
All right, should we talk about this Kambachi?
Yeah, that's what I did it earlier without your. I didn't need your help. the guy from the Vikings, if you drink Lipton iced tea, you're not going to get drunk unless you put whiskey in it.
Well, I thought this stuff was like non-alcoholic beer.
It is non-alcoholic.
Well, but isn't non-alcoholic beer?
Well, yeah, non-alcoholic beer's got alcohol in it. Hate to disappoint you.
I know, like a little bit.
Yeah, well, so does his tea. It's got it very much. But you'd have to drink for the amount of he would have had to drink to test positive like that. That's not right. And the judge called him out, and the DA said, "Oh, sir, we'll see you back behind bars, where you belong if you're drinking the." Yeah, so he went to court today. I don't know what happened. Why do you have?
Well, he's got a 1-day house arrest, so which is fine. I mean, this guy was caught in his car, and
asleep,
and didn't he blow like a crazy like 3.0 or something like that?
Really not good. He made Tiger look sober.
Yeah.
No offense to Tiger, but Tiger is addressing his issues, so we gotta give him credit on that one, I guess. Right?
Yep. I'm gonna figure this out really quick before we go. So, Gene, do you have any last-minute news?
Yes, I have great news. I'm gonna see Queen with Adam Lambert tonight, and then I just saw Paul Schaefer. Oh, my sister and we're gonna go to Chicago and see Jimmy Buffett and Huey Lewis. How about those two? How much would you pay for tickets to those guys?
Buck O'Neill. That's what it was. Buck O'Neill, that old Kansas City Martin.
I'd pay $200, which I did.
It's probably worth it. I mean, it's everyone but Freddie Mercury, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I paid a lot for him tonight too. And also, Tom Jones, he's coming back to LA, and he's 70, I think 77. And how much would you pay? I'd pay $150.
Well, you did, so we know that.
That's Tom Jones.
Yeah. Okay, great. Sounds good.
And Steve Miller. How much would you pay to see Steve Miller in concert?
Gene, I gotta open up a window, Gene. It's really hot in here.
It's very hot. LA, if you don't know this, it's hot.
Yeah.
And when we do this, you can't turn on the air conditioner, can you?
Nope. Well, I can, but I'm not going to. So
yeah.
All right. Well, for Gene Steichen, my name is Chris Stotts.
Thank you, everybody. No, but it was good because people they have in the summer they have other things to do. They might have a barbecue. They might want to take their family on a night picnic.
Well, put us on the family speakers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Right.
So.
Oh, remember the old drive-ins? Did you ever go to the drive-in movies? That would be cool. Maybe take the family out to see a drive-in movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the Midwest Sports Show. Thank you very much, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Seeing you leave a little room for the end, that was great. Your topics are great. Oh, so we're done over there. David, great, thank you. There goes Chris. It's really hot out here. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, thanks, David. Yeah, we're watching the Cubs, just trying to hold on. Man. Uh-oh. Oh, that wasn't, is that? Oh, I'm just trying to see. No, that wasn't live. I'm watching the Cubs and then trying to see. Hey, by the way, David, someone mentioned Council Bluffs this week. And I go, Council Bluffs is great. I don't know if they just drove through there or they used to live there, but whatever. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Have a great week. And thank you for watching or listening on iTunes. Bye, Mary. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. Yeah, we'll see you in September. Bye. It's off to the Hollywood Bowl. That'll be a beautiful place to go. Good night. Go Cubbies. Go Dubuque. Gosh, it's hot. That's good. That's amazing, though. The guy can try to use that defense. Isn't it?
What?
The T defense. How did Amen Green, how did they, I don't see, who called the cops if he was just disciplining his.
Probably the mom or something. I mean, he had her with like her glasses on or something.
Yeah. Gosh, times have changed, haven't they? My dad used to, wow. He didn't mess around with us. Did you ever get the belt?
No.
Oh. You don't know what you're missing. Wow. Pedro Strop, he